Hey, how's everybody doing today? Today the topic is going to be how to stay in character. And if you caught the video before this, which I put out yesterday, you will understand what I mean by character. Yesterday I talked about not letting anybody take you out of character. And I understand that sometimes I do videos and I don't explain. I explain what, but I don't explain the how. So in this video, I'm going to give you 4 ways to stay in character. And just in the 24 hours, if it was even 24 hours since I did the last video, I've been through 2 situations where I had to stay in character, where I couldn't let the situation or the people or the things that was going on take me out of character. So this is dealing with people or a person or a thing in direct argumentative situations or things of that nature. So number one, which we all should be doing at every point in time, is listen. We should be listening to exactly what's going on, or listening to what the person is saying, listening to how someone feels, or how someone feels about what you did, how something that you did made somebody feel. The number one thing that you have to do in order to keep your character, in order to stay in character, is listen. Listen is the number one thing that you need to do. And the next thing that you need to do is try to understand where this person is coming from. Now, understanding where they're coming from is completely different than agreeing with where they're coming from. You can understand somebody's point of view, you can understand somebody's perspective, you can understand somebody's opinion, but that does not mean that you have to agree with what the person is saying. But first, you listen to what they're saying and just try to understand, try to put yourself in a position, in their shoes, to understand what point of view or what perspective they're coming from. Understand what they're saying to you, why they're saying it, how they may feel, not assuming. You don't want to make assumptions. You just want to try to understand. You can even ask questions when a person is done talking to try to better understand what they're saying and why they're saying it and where they're coming from. But you listen, then you understand where this person is coming from. And I want to point out that understanding something and agreeing with something is 2 different things. You don't have to agree with what somebody says or what somebody does or anything. Just understand where that person is coming from. And number 3, you want to breathe. Breathe. Take a deep breath. Breathe in, breathe out. This is something that I actually tell my oldest son. I tell all my sons to do this, but the youngest, he doesn't really understand. But when you're in a situation that could possibly get you upset, take a deep breath. Take 5 deep breaths. Breathe in, breathe out, and just calm yourself in that moment. I talk a lot about meditation. Meditation is very common, but in a situation where it might be considered confrontational, or a situation where you're interacting with another person or people or things, you can't sit down and meditate. That'd just be weird. You can't meditate while somebody's having a conversation with you, but you can take a breath. Take a deep breath in that moment when you're understanding what's going on, when you're in conversation with another person, when you're in quote unquote conflict with another person. Take a deep breath. And number 4 is respond. Respond, do not react. Everybody knows where the reaction is. Responding is completely different than reacting. Reacting, if somebody makes you mad, a reaction could be you punch them in the face. If somebody pushes you, a reaction would be you pushing them back. Don't react, respond. And a response will be a open conversation. If this is a quote unquote confrontation between two people or a conversation to gain understanding, a response would be you responding to that person, you talking to that person, you having an open dialogue conversation with this person. A reaction would be you yelling, you raising your voice, you cursing the person out, you telling the person that you don't care how they feel. That is a reaction. That is not a response. A response is asking them why they feel the way that they feel. Again, asking questions to help you understand what exactly is going on in that situation and why the person feels the way that they feel. That is a response. A reaction is anything that can purposely escalate the situation beyond beyond fixing it. So again, the topic of today is how to stay in character. Because yesterday I talked about not letting anybody take you out of character, but I didn't tell you guys ways in order to stay in character. And again, staying in character would be, number one, listen to what the person is saying. Number two, try to understand where the person is coming from. Number three, take a deep breath. And number four, respond to what the person is saying. Don't react. And back to understanding. Understanding is completely different than agreeing. I don't want you to think that I'm telling you you have to agree with everything. Understanding somebody and understanding their point of view and their perspective is completely different than agreeing with it. And then when you go to respond, again, respond, do not react. Again, a reaction would be escalating the situation beyond repair. Reacting would be, cursing the person out or telling them you don't care how they feel or what they're saying. That is a reaction. Responding is having an open dialogue conversation in order to fix the situation or just to get your point across, if you feel like that it even matters to try to get your point across. So again, these are 4 simple ways in order to stay in character when you are in a quote unquote confrontation or a debate or any type of situation that you feel like will take you out of character. And this is dealing with another person or a group of people or things of that nature. Is not necessarily pertaining to if you're dealing with a situation that doesn't have another person in it. So again, I hope this is helpful. And this goes along with, if you didn't catch my video yesterday, which was don't let anything take you out of character. This is building on top of that. So go check that video out as well. And again, I appreciate you guys. I hope you guys are having an amazing weekend, and I will catch you guys tomorrow. Thank you.